Hello, welcome to your yoga practice today. I'm Kelly and this is Maxwell. Today's practice, we're going to concentrate on stretching the front body, and then we'll work on strengthening muscles in the back body. And this all to prepare and get ready for back bends. Get comfortable and we'll get started. Thank you for showing up. All right, come to the center of your mat, and you can face me. Look down at your feet, pick your toes up, and spread your toes apart. Inhale, and reach your arms up and stretch overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms down to your sides. Now do that again, reach up and stretch overhead. Soften your knees as you do that. This time, look up at your hands. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Do that again. Inhale and reach up. Look up at your hands, and this time lean back just a bit. Feel the front body stretch. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Inhale, reach up, and do a slight lean back. Then exhale and fold over your body.
Place your hands on the floor first, and you can bend your knees to do that. Then lift up halfway, lengthen, put your hands at your shins, then exhale and fold. Half sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. When you reach up, bring the arms out to the sides, fill the space around you. Reach all the way up, bring the hands down to your heart. And let's do that again. Inhale, reach up, warming up the spine and the hips. Lean back just slightly. Press the hips forward. Then exhale, swim the hands down the center line of the body, fold all the way over. Hands to the floor first, then reach for your shins, half lift, look forward. Using your back extensor muscles. Exhale, lower. And now hold right here, sway from side to side. Swaying your hands and your arms from side to side. And then hold in the center, reach for your elbows. Take a breath in, pull your abs in, and then lengthen a little bit further. The weight of your arms, the weight of your head, drawing your body over. So start to lengthen the right leg more and bend the left knee. And then the right knee bent, left leg straight. So kind of like you're walking your legs, bending one at a time, right and left. And then release the elbows. Bring the hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale and fold. Place your hands on the floor. I'll turn right here. Press into the floor. Come into downward facing dog. And this time, from downward facing dog, lift your right leg up, inhale, and step your right foot forward. Inhale, high lunge. So this time, keeping the knee up. You may be a little wobbly this first time, but bring your hands down to your heart first, all right? Set up. The heel in the back is pointing up right there, and the foot in the front, the knee over the ankle right there. And you can go a little bit lower maybe. Get a good hip flexor stretch right there. Hands at your hips. Now sweep the hands behind your back. Clasp your fingers. Palms together. But then, or actually, keep the palms apart. Fingers interlace. Now pull the fingers away from each other. Adding integrity or adding contraction by pulling apart the hands. Now bow over the forward leg right there 3 times. Inhale and lift. Bow forward. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale. Now lift up. Inhale and reach your arms up and stretch overhead. Bring the arms down to your sides. Lower your knee. Half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex your foot in the front, right there. Now put your foot flat. Press into the floor, downward facing dog. Breathe. Separate your feet and lift your heels up. Tip the heels over to the right side. And press the edges of your feet into the floor and reach the hip away. You'll feel that side stretch. Now lift your heels and then tip the heels over to the other side. Press the floor away. Breathe. Lift your heels. And then lift up the left leg, 3-limb dog, left leg up. Push the floor away. Step your left foot forward. Changing sides. Coming into a lunge position. As you bring the body, the torso up, set up, point your heel up in the back right there and straighten that leg as much as you can. The forward knee over your ankle. You got that? Now inhale, reach up, stretch overhead, swing the arms behind your back, clasp the fingers or interlace the fingers, and then pull the fingers apart right there. Relax your shoulders. Knee over the ankle. Now bow forward 3 times. 3. And lift up. Strengthening the back body. 2 in that lunge position. And then 1 more. Right there. Nicely done. And then lift up. And now unclasp your hands. Bring the knee down to the ground slowly, carefully. And then put the top of the foot on the floor back there and flex your foot in the front. Ardha Hanumanasana. Half split. Flat back. Inhale and then exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Set your foot down on the ground. Hands on the floor. Tuck your toes. Lift the knee. Step forward and fold. Hands to the shins. Lengthen and look forward. Exhale, fold. Turn your toes out wide. Bend your knees. Glutes come down to your heels. Bring your hands to your heart. Right here. Inhale, malasana. Exhale, lift up your heart. Press the knees into the elbows, elbows into your knees. Breathe. Now bring the chest a little bit forward and reach the arms straight, 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 straight. Bring your hands into your heart and look forward. Do that again. Reach, stretch. And now sink your glutes down. Try to sit down without putting your hands on the floor. See if you can get that. Now bring your feet closer together, legs close together. Hands at your thighs, so a little bit of core work in boat pose. Hands behind your back, and you can have your fingers turning the direction of the long edge of the mat. Bring your feet up, bend your knees, point your feet right there. And you can keep your knees bent right here. Now, you're going to tap your right heel and lift up. Left heel and lift up. Right heel and lift up. Do that again. So I'm leaning back and I've got weight on my hands. I'm supporting my body. Heel down, touch, and lift. Do that 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1, and hold. Now just try, straighten your legs. Point your feet right there. How hard is that? Is that okay? Straighten your spine, your chest, lift your chest, pull your shoulders back. Now right hand up. Okay. Left hand up. Okay. Breathe. 3, 2, and then 1. Now cross your ankles. Come onto your hands and your knees. Cat-cow. Cat, and then cow. So stretching the front body, and then you're rounding up your back, contracting your abs, push the floor away. Look through your legs. So don't just tilt the pelvis. Don't just tilt the hips. I want you to really round the spine up right there. Press the floor away. And then lower. Do that again. Inhale, lift, or exhale, lift, and then inhale when you lower. Nicely done. Neutral spine. Reach the right arm forward, left leg back, straight. Bird dog position. Bring that arm up by your ear. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Set your hand down and your knee down. Opposite side. Left arm, right leg. Extend the leg. Reach the arm. Press the floor away. 3, 2, and then 1. Set your hand down and knee down. Walk your hands forward just a bit. Lift up your knees, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Look forward, step forward, right foot. This time spin your left heel down, coming to warrior 1. Inhale and reach your arms up. And stretch overhead, pull your abs in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart right there. Knee over the ankle in the front. And you don't have to have that knee bent all the way like that. That might crank your lower back. So you can lift up just a bit. I want your lower back to be comfortable. Pull in your pelvis right there. And then you're pressing that back foot into the mat, right? And the forward foot into the mat. Hands go behind, clasp your fingers. And again, pull against each other or pull away from each other. Relax your shoulders. Bow forward. Here's your strength. 3, 2, move the arms away from the back. And then one more. Take it slowly right here. Breathe. Look behind. Then lift up. Unclasp your hands and reach up and stretch overhead. Nicely done. Exhale, lift your heel, knee down to the ground. Ardha Hanumanasana. Repeating. Press your heel down, straighten your leg. Square your hips, flatten the back. Nice. And now set your foot flat. Let's add on gate pose. So gate pose, you're just going to sweep this back leg in like that, right? And this knee is bent 90 degrees. This is also an athletic stretch. So if you shifted your hips forward like that, there's your athletic stretch right there. Inner thigh, groin stretch. Inner and ankle, right? Ankle stretch. Now lift up. And for gate pose, you'll reach your arms like this, and then turn your toes straight on this side, toes forward, foot flat, and you'll just pivot, and using your core strength, abs in, tip your hand down onto your fingertips. Reach the opposite arm up, and maybe you can put your hand flat, and then maybe you can lift the leg. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, straight arm, breathe out. Set your foot down, lift all the way up, and turn right here. Bring that foot in, hands on the floor, press into the ground, downward facing dog. Between sides, we'll tip the heels. Lift up your heels like you're on high heel shoes. Tip the heels over to the right. Press the floor away first, abs in. Lift up your heels. Tip your heels over to the other side. Push the ground away. Lift up your heels. Left leg up, 3-limb dog. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Warrior 1, inhale, reach. Bring it up. Square your hips to the front, pull in your front ribs. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then set up for bowing forward. Clasp your hands. Pull the hands away from each other so you're stretching the chest, the front body, right? That's what this class is a lot about, is stretching the front body, meanwhile strengthening the back body, the glutes, hamstrings, and back of the shoulders. Now hinge forward 3 times. 3, inhale. 2, inhale, lift. Exhale over, reach the arms away. And now unclasp your hands, relax the shoulders, hands to the mat, and then set your knee down. Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, right there, straighten your spine, flatten your back, right here. You have your fingers on the floor. You can also use blocks right here. Don't hyperextend at this knee. All right, so now we're going to go into gate pose. So you're going to put your foot flat like this, right? And then you're going to just sweep this back shin or foot in, and then 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees here. Super nice stretch for the inner thigh muscle and the groin. Carefully, right? So you'll lean forward. There's your athletic stretch. Feels super good on tight muscles. Don't overextend right here or overstretch. Now lift up. And then extend the legs straight. Your toes are pointing out right there. And you're just going to sweep your hand over to the floor. Fingertips are palm flat right there. And stay. And maybe you can lift the leg. There's your core strength. Arms straight up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Set your foot down. Come up onto your fingertips. And then lift up. Bend your knee and turn to the
Return to the front of your mat, hands on the floor, and then step forward and fold. You will wiggle or you'll toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. And here's your malasana again. This is the second time through this. We're going to go through this sequence with a little add-on. Let's do 5 rounds. Thumbs to your heart. Look forward. Inhale. Lift your glutes. Exhale. Reach your arms forward. Stretch between the legs. Bring your hands to your heart. Do that again. Reach forward. Stretch. And bring your hands to your heart. Now, reach your arms forward, sink down, and can you sit down without touching the floor? It gets better and better because you're more and more warmed up, right? All right, so now bring the feet in front of you. Go ahead and set up first. Don't just stay there just because you landed there. I want you to really kind of move yourself around, find your sitting bones first. That's the key to boat pose, because on boat pose, you're actually resting or back off of the sitting bones and more on the tailbone. Carefully, right? All right, shoulders back, hands behind the thighs for a moment. Then place your hands behind the hips, right there, fingers turned out. Right leg up, left leg up. And there you are. You've leaned back off of those sitting bones, and you're pointing your feet, and then you reach your hands here, maybe for a moment. Puff your chest. All right. So then bring your hands back here, and tap your feet. 10, 9, abs in, 8, 7, look forward, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now, can you straighten your legs? Straighten your body. Point your feet. Reach the right arm, left arm. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your ankles and roll up. Tuck your toes. Forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall. Reset. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, stretch overhead. Here's our flow. Exhale, fold over the body. Reach for the floor. Then half lift. Use those back extensor muscles to lift up halfway. Plant your hands and step back with your right leg. So the left leg is forward. First this time. Press into the floor. And forward fold. Relax the shoulders and arms. Relax. Forward fold. You can turn your palms up right here for just a moment. So the back of the hands resting on the ground. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Now step back, right leg and left leg. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step your right foot forward. You got it, warrior 2. So we did crescent, warrior 1, now the third round, warrior 2. Knee over the ankle in the front, feel your inner thighs stretch. You want to reach this back arm, reach it back right there, and then reach the forward arm straight. And you want to look over that front hand. Knee over the ankle in the front. If you press that knee out, you'll feel your inner thigh stretch right there. Press your feet down like you're one of those tree frogs pressing down into the sticky mat. Reverse warrior. We'll do this 3 times. Right here. Reach the arm over the ear. And to make it harder, don't touch the leg. Now sweep over side angle. And if you want to, prop up right there, or reach down further for the floor, or like this. So like you're holding a beach ball. And then you're circling around. Other way. And the circling around. This is 2. We're just doing 3. Inhale up. Strengthening the back body, those glutes, the leg, and then side angle. Nice. And now lift up. Point your toes forward. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Instead of
low lunge and half split. This time, widen your feet. Bring your feet out pretty far apart. Press your feet down. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Halfway, right there. Just try. Press your feet down. My weight is back in my heels. Then I'm going to reach my right arm forward, left arm forward, and breathe. 3, 2, one more. And then lower the hands down to the mat. Head all the way over. Relax the arms and shoulders. Bring the hands behind your back. Stretch the front body. Clasp the fingers. Reach the knuckles away from the back. Arms up and away from you. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Maybe you can get a little more length. Carefully. Rock the weight into the heels. Now move the arms to your hips. Slide the hands down on the back of your legs all the way down to your ankles. And then pull just gently. Hands to the center of the mat. Lift up halfway. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. There you go. And then set your knee down. Let's do gate pose again. Lift up your chest and then turn your foot in like that. Here's your athletic stretch first, groin stretch. And then lift up, arms like this. Turn your toes forward, straighten that leg. And then lean over, reach up. And this time over the ear. And maybe you can lift your leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. And then bend your knee. Turn, face the front of your mat. Hands on the mat. Press into the floor. And coming into a side plank. So we can not stepping back into downward dog yet, but side plank. Coming into side plank, press into the floor, slide your foot to the center, and we'll just take this step by step. Turn your heels in, reach the right arm up, and just try. Maybe you can bring one foot in front of the other, like that, and straighten your legs, or stack the legs harder. Lift your hips, and then reach the arm over the ear. Inhale, and then exhale. Place your hand on the floor as you look down, and lift up into downward facing dog. And again, separate your feet, lift your heels, tip the heels to the right, lift up, tip the heels to the left, nice, and then lift up your left leg, second side. Step your left foot forward, spin your right heel down. Here's your warrior 2 for dancing warrior. And you want to set up knee over ankle on this side, reach the right arm back so your shoulders are over your hips. Inhale, reach the hand right here or around the back side. And then come over, side angle. Form on the thigh or reach around like this. Straight side body, pull your shoulders back, and then reverse. So you want to try to have integrity in the body, pressing into your feet, and supporting the movement mostly here with your core muscles, but my lower body's totally engaged right here, feeling that work and that forward leg mostly, and last time side angle. And then warrior 2 to finish right there. All right, so here, toes forward. Instead of going into a wide leg forward fold, wide angle forward fold, turn your heels in right here. Coming into goddess pose, or call it horse stance. So bend your knees the same direction as your toes, and then lift up again. So just do some movement first. So 3, press your feet down. 2, do that again. And then 1, don't let your knees tip in. Now hold it at the bottom, and lift up the right heel. Set it down. Left heel, lift it up. Set it down. Now lift up. Do that again. Knees bend, right heel up, set it down, left heel up, set it down, and then lift. Now arms out to the sides, right here. Bend your knees, right heel up, set it down, left heel up, and stand.
Do that again. This time, try to lift both heels up at the same time and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your heels down and lift up. Nicely done. Now, bend your knees again, hands to the inside of your legs, right here. Your fingertips point down, right? Now, you're going to tip your chest forward and then look over your shoulder. And then center, look forward first. Then tip your chest forward, look to the other side, look over your shoulder. There's your twist. And center, and lift all the way up. Turn to the front of the mat. Nicely done. Hands on the ground, press into the floor, downward facing dog. Breathe. Look forward, step to your hands, turn your toes out, bend your knees. Third time boat pose. And then we're going to pick up our pace just a bit. Get 2 more rounds in, and then we'll be done. On the last round, we'll work on bridge and we'll get another round in. And then the last part, we'll work on our bridge pose and we'll work on bridge pose and crow pose. Hands to your heart, look forward. And now reach forward, keep your knees pointing out, toes pointing out, bring it in. Reach forward. Now sit back right there. Feet forward. Sit up well. Fix yourselves. Hands at your hamstrings. Lean back. Lift your legs. Floint your feet. Pull your toes back. Shoulders back. Right there. And maybe you just stay right here. Place your hands behind your back. A little harder, right? Shoulders back. Tap your heels right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, look forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold. Extend the legs straight, point your feet, reach the arms, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, cross your ankles and come up. Come onto your hands and your knees. Cat, cow. Cat and cow. One more time. Reach the right arm and left leg and hold. 10, 9, reach the arm up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your hand down, knee down. Opposite side. Leg out, reach the arm beside the ear. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your hand down and reach your legs back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step your right foot forward. We're going to do triangle pose. Set your left heel down. Reach up, warrior 2. Right there, straighten the forward leg. You ready? So reach forward, and then you're gonna reach your hand down for your shin, opposite arm up. So look, so don't feel like you've got to open that side hip up to the ceiling. You wanna turn that hip actually towards the floor right there so that you've got space in your lower back right there. But straighten the forward leg, reach the arm, and then hand down, arm up. There's your triangle pose. Look up to your hand. Straighten your body. Arm over the ear, extended triangle pose. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe. Bend your knee. Nicely done. And now we're going to again set the knee down on the ground. Ardha Hanumanasana. Right there. Then put your foot flat. Sweep the leg in. Athletic stretch. And then reach, lift, extend the leg, toes forward. Reach over, right there. And then arm up, lift the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your foot down. I counted fast there, didn't I? Arms like this. Turn your leg in. Hands to the ground. Side plank. We didn't do the other side, but we'll go back there. So press the hands into the floor, lift up your knee, slide your foot, turn your heels in, reach the right arm up. We're practicing, guys. Lift your hips. Stay here, or one foot in front of the other, or one foot stacked on the other. Point your feet. Breathe. One more breath. Look down, hands to the floor, and downward facing dog. I want to go through, instead of doing the heels side to side, shift forward into plank. And then lower down to the mat all the way. Put your hands, your forearms on the ground. Sphinx pose. Press into the floor, look forward. Press the feet into the floor. And then pull the navel away from the ground. Sphinx pose. Press the forearms down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now tuck your toes. Lift up your body. Plank pose. Right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your hips. Walk your feet in towards your elbows. Reach your heels towards the back of the mat. Dolphin pose. Maybe you can walk your feet in closer and reach the heels. Breathe. And breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Now walk your feet back. Walk up onto your hands. Downward facing dog. Second side. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward, coming to triangle pose. Spin your right heel down. Warrior 2 first. And then straighten the forward leg. Carefully. Don't lock or hyperextend that forward leg. So lift your shoulders, but then relax them down. And then reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. And then sweep the hand down right here. Straighten the forward leg. Don't lock the knee though. Maybe use a block right here. Our fingertips touch the floor. And breathe. Arm over the ear. Draw the shoulder back. Press into your foot. Maybe your hand comes to your shin again. Inhale. Exhale. Turn your gaze up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bend your knee. And warrior 2 again. Hands down to the ground. Knee to the mat. Lunge position. Inhale, reach. Half split. Press your heel down. Lift your heart. Then shift forward, hands on the ground, lift up your knee, coming into side plank. So right hand on the floor, tip your heel over, slide your foot into the center, and stay right here. Reach up. This is the strengthener for the side body, the core. Maybe you bring one foot in front of the other, like that, or stack your legs, like that. Arm over the ear. Breathe. Don't let your head lower. Inhale. Now look down, hand to the floor, and come into downward facing dog and breathe. Set your knees on the ground. Tuck your toes under. Camel pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back and press into the back right here. Reach the hips forward, lean your head back. Tuck your toes. And then look forward, and then sit on your heels for a moment. When you sit on the heels, reach the arms up. And one important pose or stretch for coming into a back bend is to stretch the back of the shoulders. So eagle arms, like that. So reaching the arms one under the other, make sure your heels point up, and then lift up your arms and breathe. Nicely done. Reach up and breathe in and then exhale. Now unwind the arms and reach to the sides. Nicely done. Now lift up. Keep your toes tucked under. Camel pose one more time. Press into the lower back and lean your shoulders back. And then maybe this time you can reach for the top of your heels right here and lean your head back. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. And then lift up. Inhale, reach up. And sit on your heels again if your toes are okay. And then reach your left arm underneath your right. Changing sides. Point your fingers up. Stretch the back of the shoulders. Pull in your abs. Look forward. Then unwind the arms and lift. Hands on the ground and step forward. Malasana. Right here. Inhale, reach forward, chest between the legs. Pull your hands in. And then lengthen the tailbone down and sit on the ground. Last time, fourth time, boat pose. Sit evenly right there. Hands go back here. Lift up your knees, point your toes. And then tap your heels. 10, 9, 8, look forward. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold right there. And then extend the legs straight. Point your feet. Reach the right arm, left arm. 10, 9, 8, 7. Flatten your back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower down all the way. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. Right here you need a block. Or a book. So grab your block. Place it beside your mat. And then bring your feet close to your hips. Place the block underneath your sacrum. And get comfortable. Pull your shoulders underneath you. Palms on the floor. Reach the right leg up straight. And then lower the right leg. So heel touches the floor. Feel the flexor stretch. The top of the thigh stretch. And then put your hand down again. Set your right foot on the floor. Left leg up. Lower the leg. Stretching the front of the hip, the quad, all the way up into the pelvis right here. Inhale and exhale. Now set your foot on the floor. And extend both legs up straight. Just for a moment. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bend your knees, set your feet on the floor. Move the block. Bring your feet closer to your hips. You should be able to touch the back of your heels. Then turn your toes out just slightly, right? Just very, very slightly. Not a big angle. Palms on the floor. Abs in, like you're going to press your back into the floor, but don't over tilt the pelvis. It's hard to lift up whenever you're really, really tucked under the pelvis, okay? So it's just a slight contraction, and then you're going to lift up right there. That should be a very comfortable bridge or glute bridge pose. And maybe you can bring your palms together underneath your body, and then wiggle your arms underneath you, and breathe. And hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, lift higher, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, and then lower, and relax. You can extend your legs out straight for a moment. Reach the arms overhead, like a good morning stretch. Sweep the arms to the sides. And now again, coming into glute bridge or in wheel pose. So you want to have your feet a little bit wider than your hips, and then maybe a little bit turned out, your toes. And you can play around with that And one thing that helps when you come up into bridge is to lift the heels and then move your feet in, maybe, or reposition your feet. Then the other thing is when you lift to the crown of the head is to maybe tweak turning the fingers out just slightly, because it can give you a little more space in the shoulders or the shoulder joint so that you can lift up more comfortably. So you want to engage by pulling in your abs, hands over the shoulders, pull your elbows in towards your head, and your hands can be wide or just where you feel like you can get your entire both palms down flat, right? So you'll take a deep breath in, press your feet down, abs in, and then exhale, lift to the crown of the head, right? Take another breath in, turn your fingers out maybe, and lift up. And then tuck your chin and come down before you're too tired, and you've accomplished that pose. Nicely done. Next week, we'll come back to working on crow pose. This week was more about will pose. So bring your right knee into your chest, stretch the lower back, left leg out, and just change. Right leg out, left knee in. And I'll place the right ankle on the left knee, figure 4 stretch, press the knee away, flex your feet. And then change sides, left ankle on right knee, press the knee away, pull the leg in. You can even cradle the leg and press that leg into the arm. And then release. Cross your ankles and roll up. And let's close class together. Bring the edge of your thumbs to the brow in gratitude, the edge of the hands to the heart in thanks. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this practice with me today, and I will see you again next time.